It was supposed to be a simple weekend trip. Sophie had planned everything carefully. The hotel was booked, the tickets were printed, and she even had a list of places she wanted to visit. After months of work and stress, she needed a break, and Paris seemed like the perfect escape. Her train arrived early in the morning. As she stepped out of the station, she felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. The city looked beautiful, just as she had imagined. Elegant buildings, quiet streets, and the smell of fresh coffee coming from nearby cafes. This is going to be perfect, she thought. The first part of the day went exactly as planned. She checked into her hotel, left her suitcase, and went out to explore. She walked along the Seine, took photos of the bridges, and sat at a small cafe where she ordered a croissant and a cappuccino. Everything felt calm and easy, but things started to change in the afternoon. Sophie decided to visit a small bookstore she had seen online. It was supposed to be hidden in a quiet street not far from the city center. She followed the directions on her phone, but after a while, she realized something wasn't right. The streets didn't look familiar. She checked the map again. Then again. I must have taken a wrong turn, she said to herself. She kept walking, hoping to recognize something, but the streets only became narrower and quieter. The noise of the city slowly disappeared. Now she was definitely lost. For a moment, she felt a little panic. Her phone battery was low. The map stopped working. And suddenly, Paris didn't feel so friendly anymore. "Okay, stay calm," she whispered. She looked around. There was a small square nearby, with a fountain and a few benches. An old man was feeding pigeons, and a young guy was sitting on a bench, reading a book. Sophie hesitated for a second, and then walked towards him. "Excuse me," she said. "Do you speak English?" The guy looked up and smiled. "A little," he replied. "Can I help you?" Relief washed over her. "I think I'm lost," she said, laughing nervously. He closed his book and stood up. "Don't worry, it happens all the time," he said. "Where are you trying to go?" Sophie showed him the name of the street. "Oh, you're quite far from there," he said. "But it's not too difficult." He explained the way slowly, pointing in different directions. Sophie tried to remember everything, but it felt a bit confusing. Seeing her face, he smiled again. "I can walk with you if you want," he said. Sophie hesitated. Then she nodded. "Okay. Thank you." They started walking together through the narrow streets. As they walked, they began to talk. His name was Lucas. He lived in Paris and worked in a small art gallery nearby. He told her about the area, about the best places to eat, and about the hidden corners of the city that tourists usually never saw. "This is the real Paris," he said. Sophie listened, completely relaxed now. The stress from earlier had disappeared. In fact, she was enjoying this unexpected moment more than anything she had planned. After a while, they finally reached the bookstore. "This is it," Lucas said. Sophie looked at the small shop. It was even more charming than she had imagined. "Thank you so much," she said. "I would never have found it without you." Lucas smiled. "No problem." There was a short silence. "Well, enjoy your weekend," he added. Sophie looked at him. "Wait," she said. "Would you like to join me for a coffee later?" Lucas hesitated, just for a second. Then he smiled again. "I'd like that." That evening, they met again. They walked along the river, watched the sunset, and talked for hours. And as Sophie looked at the lights of Paris reflected on the water, she realized something. Sometimes getting lost is exactly what you need.